Okay, at number 12, since it's negative 20 times x, you're going to divide by negative 20. Divide by negative 20. The negative 20s cancel out. You're left with x. You're going to go ahead and flip the sign because you divided by negative 20. And then negative 400 divided by negative 20 is a positive 20. And then whenever you draw your number line, you just put 20 in the middle. Since it is less than or equal to, it's solid. And all the numbers that are less than or equal to are to the left. On number 14, we have to get this variable by itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to subtract 6 here. Alright, and that brings down that negative 5d. 21 minus 6 is 15. We're then going to divide by negative 5. And because we divided by a negative number, we're going to bring our d down. The sign is going to flip, and it's going to be negative 3. So it's d's are less than negative 3 when I draw the number line. Here's negative 3. It's going to be open, and all the numbers that are less than negative 3 are to the left. On this particular problem, I noticed that there's an A right here and an A right here. So what I want to do is I'm going to move this A to the other side. So that A is canceled out. I'm going to bring down my negative 6. And 3A minus 5A is a negative 2A. Now I need to get rid of that negative 2, so I'm going to divide by negative 2 on both sides. And that's going to leave me with A. I'm going to flip the sign, is greater than or equal to positive 3. Now I can rewrite that as A is greater than or equal to positive 3. Therefore, whenever I draw my line, it's going to be solid, and A's are greater than 3 to the right. On this particular problem, I need to move the B's over, so I'm going to subtract 2B on both sides. When I do that, I'm going to bring down my negative 15 is greater than 5B minus 2B is 3B. I'm then going to divide both sides by 3, and I get B is less than negative 5. If I flip that around, B is less than negative 5. Same way, so as long as I put my negative 5 here, it's open, and B's are less than, it'll be to the left. Alright, on number 24, Ken wants to rent a car for a week and to pay no more than $130. So, in here's our payment for the week. Here's our pay for the week. He doesn't want to pay more than $130. That means he can pay up to $130, but it has to be less than. Now it says, how far can he drive the car if it costs $94 to rent the car for the week plus 40 cents per mile? And all of that adds up, has to be less than 130. So when I solve this problem, basically I'm going to try to get this by itself. So I'm going to subtract 94. So minus 94. That's gone. And what I'm left with is 0.40, make that a decimal, is less than or equal to 36. Now, when I divide, so bring down the m, sorry about that. So when I divide by 0.40, I get m is less than or equal to, now remember it's 0.40 divided into 36. So that's going to be 90. So that means he can drive less than or equal to 90 miles. Okay, so how far can he drive the rental car? He can't go over 90 miles. He can go up to 90 miles, but he has to be less than or equal to 90 miles. On number 25, Lana's car averages 25 miles per gallon. So it's 25 miles per gallon, okay? Then, what is the greatest number of gallons of gasoline that she will need if she travels no more than 450 miles? So, in this particular one, she can't travel no more than 450 miles, all right? So since 450 miles is the greatest amount of mileage she can go, If you divide that by 25, 450 divided by 25 is actually 18. Therefore, Lana will, the maximum number of gallons of gas that Lana will use or need would be 18 gallons. Now, number 30, it says, explain the error. Is the stepped out solution correct? Well, first of all, you need to look at this and we need to decide, is it correct going from here to here? Notice they ended up with a negative 13y is less than negative 26. Well, what they did was they moved the 8y over here, made that negative, and then they moved the 17 over to the other side, making it negative. Well, when you do that, the 8y is gone, the 17 is gone, and what you're left with is negative 8 and negative 5, which makes negative 13y. And then negative 17 and negative 9 make negative 26. Now, that is a legal move. The next step was we had to divide by negative 13. Divide by negative 13. Now, when you do this, you end up getting y, and then negative 26 divided by negative 13 gives you a positive 2, so that's great. However, because we divided by a negative number, that should have been flipping the sign. So y should be greater than 2. So right there is your mistake. You should have flipped the sign. And that was the mistake.